China, of course, makes everything from needles to cars and exports it to the world. But it lacks one thing that only America has. On the 2nd of April, 2025, American President Donald Trump appears in front of the media in the White House with a huge red card. This red card had the names of some countries and their tariff rates written on it. President Trump read out the rates of all the countries one by one, and with that, a wave of fear spread across the world. Stock markets of the entire world, including America, crashed. Because this was an indication of a very big war, a war where the weapon would be power, and the ammunition of that weapon would be money. Yes, we can also call it a trade war or tariff war. Donald Trump made such an indirect move that can bring the world's most powerful trade country, China, to its knees. If this trade war happens, then who will have the upper hand, China or America? Once again, flattery in Zem TV's videos. Viewers, to understand this matter properly, we should first know about tariffs. Most people understand this. People are thinking that maybe tariff is a tax imposed on other countries, but actually it is a kind of import duty, which will be imposed only on the products imported in America. That is, if America has imposed a tariff of 26% on India, then it means that the products which will come from India will be taxed at 26% in America. Similarly, according to Donald Trump's list, a tariff of 29% was imposed on Pakistan, and the name of China was written at the top of the list, on which a tariff of 34% was imposed. Imposing tariff or import duty is not an abnormal thing, although,
if we look at this list, India has already imposed 52% tariff on America, Pakistan 58%, and China 67%. The benefit of tariff for any country is not to earn money by imposing tax on products. Rather, it is a way of saving the local industry. For example, Harley-Davidson is a premium brand of American motorcycles. When this bike comes to India from America, the Indian government imposes 100% tax on it. Suppose the price of any Harley-Davidson model is 1.5 lakh, and if no tax was imposed on it in India, then this bike would have sold for 100%. In India, the locally made Royal Enfield will be available at the same price. So now when customers will get both the bikes at the same price, everyone will prefer to buy the American brand bike. This will cause a lot of loss to the local bike industry of India. That is why bikes coming from abroad are deliberately made expensive by imposing tariff or import tax. There are many benefits of this. Firstly, the local industry continues to run. Secondly, there is also saving of foreign exchange, because obviously, whoever imports an American bike will have to pay US dollars in America. And this US dollar will cause a decrease in India's foreign currency savings. Now, since the tariff has been imposed by America, it means that the goods that go to America from other countries will be taxed there, and those things will be expensive in America, due to which their sales in America will decrease, and people will want to buy locally manufactured goods there. For example, cloth from India and Pakistan goes to American markets and is sold, but this cloth can also be manufactured there. Due to the tax, sales of textile industry of India and Pakistan will decrease. It will be seen. But the one that is going to be most affected by the tariffs imposed by Trump is China. In fact, it is also being said that Donald Trump actually wanted to target China. This is because until the year 2000, American products were exported to the whole world. The status that China has now, America had the same status earlier. But with time, China took over the business of not only America, but the whole world. Even the smallest things are now made in China and exported to every corner of the world. Due to cheap labor, China has become the biggest reason for this. Because of this, any product is so cheap for China that it can easily compete with the international market price. Globally, China has dominated almost the entire world because of its products, and the local industry is getting destroyed. If we look at the trade between USA and China alone, in the year 2000, America imported goods worth $80 billion from China, and in the same year, China imported goods worth $10 billion from America, and the current condition in 2025 is that America imports goods worth $40 billion from China every year, whereas China imports goods worth only $145 billion from America. Donald Trump says that this trade should be equal. That is, if we are buying goods worth $440 billion from China, then China should also buy the same amount. Whereas here, there is a difference of $295 billion, and this difference is called trade deficit. To equalize or reduce this trade deficit, Donald Trump has targeted China. What will happen due to this is that the products coming from China, which mostly include smartphones, their price will increase to a great extent in America. And those smartphones too, especially Apple iPhone, which is actually an American product, but is manufactured in China. When these products will become expensive if imported from China, then their industries will end in China and shift back to America. This is what Donald Trump wants, but not China. Just see that all the products of American tech giant Apple, from iPhone to Apple Watch, are mostly manufactured in China. Apart from this, Tesla's cars, Dell and HP's laptops, NKI and Skechers shoes, LGT and GP's accessories, Black & Decker and Stanley's products, and even toys of American companies like Mattel or HSP Pro are made in China. It's all these companies wind up their plants in China and come back to America, then America will have to import goods worth about $200 billion less from China every year, and the trade deficit will reduce from $295 to only $80 or $90 billion. But of course, America will benefit on one hand, but due to the high production cost in America, these products will be more expensive, and ultimately, these companies will suffer losses. But it seems that Donald Trump wants to break China's monopoly at any cost, even if he has to bear the loss himself. On the other hand, China also does not want this to happen, and that is why when Trump increased the tax on Chinese products, China also imposed more taxes on American products, and now this matter seems to be taking the shape of a trade war. Neither the Chinese president is backing down, nor does Donald Trump seem to have any intention to do so. Both countries have imposed so many taxes on each other that if something comes from China for $10, then now it is coming at double the price. It will start coming, and the situation is similar in China as well. But here, we have to see which of these two powers has the upper hand. The one who survives longer in this trade war will win. If we see, America imports most of the tech items from China. That is, mobile phones, laptops, electronics, or toys. If these products are not imported for some time, it will not make much difference to America. Or, if these products are imported from some other country, then at the most, they will be a little expensive. But China imports one such thing from America, without which it is very difficult for China to survive. Yes, and this product can probably create a big problem for China in the coming months. Let us know that the total population of China is 141 crores. That is 315% more than the American population. To feed this large population, obviously more food is needed, and the most basic things are wheat and rice. But the problem is that China has agriculture land of only 13% of its total area. That is, only 0.23 acres for every Chinese citizen. Mostly only wheat and rice are grown on this land, so that basic food items do not have to be ordered from outside. But these are just the basic items. Pork is consumed in large quantities in China. So much so that the maximum pig farming in the whole world is done in China. According to the records of the year 2024, there are more than 40 crore pigs in China. That means there are more pigs in China than the human population in America. Pork consumption of the whole world is on one side, and that of China is on the other. Now it is obvious that these 40 crore pigs also need something to eat, for which they have to. Corns are given for sugar, and soybeans are given for protein. Their feed contains 60% corns and 40% soybeans. 80% of corns are produced in China itself, while the remaining 20% has to be imported from Ukraine. But soybean is a product which is imported only from America and Brazil. Every year, China imports 50 million tons of soybean from America for pig feed. And it is also difficult to import this product from anywhere else because soybean is a crop whose production does not give much profit to the farmers. Only 100 tons of soybean can be produced in 1 acre. Soybean can weigh 1,500 kilograms, whereas if we talk about corn, then it can weigh 6,000 kilograms in 1 acre. This crop can be grown only where agricultural land is very fertile, like America, because America has very less population and a lot of land. An American urbanite gets about 1.25 acres of land, 400% more than a Chinese urbanite. So due to this, America not only fulfills its food demand itself, but even after this, so much land is left where soybean is grown and exported to China. Now, it is not that pigs can eat anything other than soybean. They do not eat anything else. China had already sensed this danger, and they have also tried adding alternative things in the feed. Like canola seeds, these are cheaper than soybean, but their digestion is less. So more feed has to be given. That means the total cost is more. They have also tried peanuts or sunflower meals, but these do not have as much protein as soybean, for which extra supplements have to be given, which costs more. Currently, a new experiment is being done in China in which farming of insects will be done. And then by feeding those insects to pigs, their protein demands will be fulfilled. But so far, this experiment is in its testing phase. Apart from this, China is a trade surplus country. That means whatever things are manufactured here, China alone cannot consume them. To survive, they have to sell their products to the world in any case. The biggest disadvantage of a trade surplus economy is that they have a lot to lose. On the other hand, America, which has become a consumer market, has a lot of things to buy. Options are available. If not from China, they can fulfill their demands by buying from somewhere else. Donald Trump had imposed tariffs on China in his previous tenure as well, and it was clearly seen that China was losing the game, and similar expectations are there this time as well. Donald Trump has all the cards with which he can blackmail China, and perhaps China is also well aware of this. During the production of this video, news has come that Trump has stopped tariffs on all other countries for 90 days, but China's tariff, it has been increased to 125%, which proves that these tariffs were actually imposed for China only. What is your opinion on this whole matter? Please tell me in the comments section. I hope you will like and share this video of infotainment a lot. See you in the next great video.